So now we got night number 3 checked off the list for the Halloween run in Vegas 2018. Big night for 1.0 overall. Sneaking in a couple of 3.0s, the form of Soul Planet, etc. So we get started with the Cavern. Look, the geezers probably needed a nice rocker to open up the night. You know, night number 3, they might be hurting. Some of them were hurting in night number 1. So anyhow, we're on to Cavern, open things up, and then they're covering the bluegrass legend, Del McCoury with Beauty of My Dreams, If I Could, coming after that. Look, not necessarily a song that's going to inspire a lot of dancing, but obviously a welcome bust out whenever it's coming. Tonight we get it, and then after that we get Way, another 1.0 song. We're getting a real, feels like a real throwback show here. And then, okay, the Farmhouse segment, although technically 1.0 doesn't necessarily feel, sometimes doesn't feel like it. I don't know. I don't know why that is exactly. It's clearly 1.0. Then you get just 2 bangers right off the bat. Sand, Back on the Train. You know, I'm sure Piper would argue that he's, you know, maybe the champ of Farmhouse. But those songs pretty much bringing it every time in the first set. Maybe this tour, though, I feel like I've maybe said a few times about these songs, whether if it's Wolfman's, Bathtub Gin, any of just the major, you know, the songs they're always going to hit it with pretty much in the first set. Sand, Back on the Train, a little bit of an extra boost tonight in the peaks. All getting the white light several times. People jumping up and down, going crazy there. Then now we're taking a turn into 3.0. About as 3.0 as it gets with Martian Monster. Trey and Mike having a duel at some point in Martian Monster. Mercury coming after that. Then, you know, Mercury, the part you really just want to fast forward to. Fishman gets up from the kick, goes over to the Lumina, grabs the tennis balls, plays around for a minute or two. What it was really brought there for, not necessarily, we don't necessarily need it for Petrichor. We certainly don't need to go back to those times where Trey wanted to go back there and play at every other show. Most nights led to a gangbang by the guys. Oh, I'm just glad let's just be happy that that's over. All right, so the Mercury jam then gets going, kind of gets quickly into a dark jam again. Look, it is still the Halloween run. Trey kind of holding those notes in the dark jam a little longer. Looking back at Fishman raising eyebrows for the second or third time tonight. For a while there, hitting that point right, that just almost simultaneous as he's stepping on the hi-hat, hitting it with that. Mike's rolling along with him. Page, not wanting to step on Trey's shoes at this point. Just kind of rolling back, laying behind Page. Just a tone lower than Trey, who's leading this jam. Getting out of the dark sound a little bit. They can't they can't type 1 Mercury all night long. Seems like we're going to eventually fade into a typical first set closer of some sort. No, then they keep going. They go another round with the Mercury. Never quite leads to that peak though, where we get the complete white out, people jumping straight up in the air. Another strong Mercury. Well, they finally left the structure of Mercury there, and then finally we have to get to a typical first set closer. Suzy Greenberg, keeping the 1.0 theme going though. That's why we'll hang in there with that Suzy. Fishman getting wild, of course. Soul playing and open up the second set. Once you get past The Ocean Is Love and The Wind Is the Music and all this, we get another nice jam out of another one of these new songs. Trey found something in there that he liked. He just kept going with it over and over again. Fishman, once again, feeling like he was just going to blast his drum set into pieces. Down with Disease coming after that. It's hard to outshine a second set Down with Disease. Soul Planet likely did it tonight. We did get a Santana tease there in the Down with Disease. Then they quickly aborted that into Guyute. Another rough night for Guyute. You might want to take that one for a test drive before tour, backstage or something at least. There's parts of it that are amazing because it's a great song, but not every time. Very, very rarely, in fact. Sneakin' Sally coming back. Another old 1.0 favorite. With the funk that's been laid down a little bit this tour. Sally was coming. People felt like light was coming halfway through the Soul Planet jam, and then finally it shows its face. Another big light, finally. Now we do get a shredding Trey. Lots of white lights. Screaming with his guitar into a Slave to the Traffic Light set closer. Most preferably for me, would have ended the run with a Slave to the Traffic Light, but I'm not going to get too greedy. I'm not going to get too greedy. That was an extra, once again, like a lot of songs this tour, a little extra sauce on Slave tonight. The peaks in it, hard, heavy, Trey nailing them, white lights. I was all over the white lights tonight. I don't know what's up with that. I was fascinated with them. Tell you, the jam's good, man. That's evidence. Then, definitely keeping the 1.0 theme going. I believe it was about an 84, maybe 85 show drought for me here on Couch Tour. No Hold Your Head Up. Going all the way back, maybe, 2015, 16, whatever it is exactly. I'll have to find out. Have to check my stats on .net. Although I'm not actually keeping the couch tour stats, am I? I'll figure it out. But anyhow, the drought is over. Hold your head up. Bob Weaver making an appearance tonight. Bike is the song we get along with the vacuum solo. At times sounding like a motorcycle accelerating perhaps with the vacuum solo. Bob Weaver. Trey was all over the Bob Weaver thing. You know, they would not stop torturing poor John Fishman with the hold your head up after the bike. You know, the poor guy, you know, he said his hip was bothering him. He didn't want to run. They wouldn't let go with the hold your head up. Finally, the little guy runs around stage, gets up on the piano. I was hoping somebody would go over there and help him off the piano. But nope, he's gritting through, you know. He bites down on his mouthpiece, jumps off the piano, gives about 25 more thank yous. Trey won't stop with the Bob Weaver. Then we get a good times, bad times. You may have seen that coming also. You know, you get Soul Planet, Guyute, then into that light jam. Yep, good times, bad times, encore. It's coming. Boom. Night number 3 in Vegas in the books. We got one more. Oh, boy, we ran long tonight. Little Gabby. Gabby 20.